change this to white. Right, the next thing you want to do, you want to write about us. You increase this to 40. 40 is too big, you increase it to 35. Right, then you want to write about us. About, okay, the about that is there. Can you guys hear me? I want to be sure. Fred, can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
All right, great. So we have services, which is something we can all do now based on what we've learned so far in the training, right? So then we have testimonial. I want to type out your testimonial. And after that, I want to reduce this entire thing to 25. Understand? Then push this up like this. Push this like this. Then how do we get this here? Come to iconhate.com. Iconhate.com. Let me drop that in the chat section so that we can all get that. So you bring this to Control V, right? So you come to icon8.com. Then from what we are trying to build, yeah, you're going to see that we are looking for Facebook icon, the Twitter icon, social media icons, right? So let's start with Facebook. So you type Facebook in the search section. So Facebook. So you look through it, you can see from what we are building, you'd see that the icon is inside a white box, right? So we are looking for the F of Figma, right? The F for Figma. I say for Figma, for Facebook, the F for Facebook. So we are looking for the F for Facebook. So this is a good one. So I download and I select the option of SVG. Don't select the option of PNG, select the option of SVG, right? That is going to help you to edit SVG. You'll be able to like edit with SVG. So that's why we use SVG. So wherever you downloaded your icon, you can then drag it into Figma. Do you understand me?
Yes.
All right, so we'll just drag it into Figma, and that's it for that. So what we want to do is for us to create this particular social link, right? What you can see here. Then we bring this guy here, change this to social link, right? So bring this like this, Ctrl Z. Then you want to start. This is the Figma. You change this color here to color white, right? Then you bring your Figma link here, bring it to the front, drag this out a bit, drag this out a bit. So that is it. So I want to ensure that it is properly linked. Then the second one, which is Twitter, right? Come up with the Twitter, type your Twitter here. And you can pick this one here, download SVG, then download this. Then you drag it into this particular page. Oh, sorry, I'm on the wrong page. So I dragged it in here, right? So I stretch this out and place this here. Now, if you look at the size we're using here, we're using 21 by 41. So Ctrl Z. For this one, you can just use 41, 41, right? So that we can have the same feel with this guy here. So, and that is it. Then the next thing we want to do is first to bring this out here. I want to ensure that this is centralized properly. The next thing is Twitter, right? You come over to your Twitter. Sorry, Instagram. I say Twitter. The Instagram. Then you can download. You can come up to SVG. You download. So come to your menu. You drag that icon inside your design. Drag it in. So the next thing you want to do is for you to change this to 41 by 41. Right, so 41, 41. That's it. Sorry. So you can make this 41, 41. Right, and that is it. You ensure that it is at the center, right? Then the next one is you want to do the last one, which is um YouTube, right? Come over to this space, cancel this, type out your YouTube, YouTube. Then you click on your YouTube, then you click on this, you download it. Use SVG, right? So come over to this place and come up with my YouTube icon. I drag it into the design, right? So you change this to 41 by 41 as well, so that it's all look the same. So Ctrl Z. So I would have loved to talk more about icon and when to use the same size and when not to use the same size. But the scope of this particular masterclass will not make me to be able to say so much about that. So we change all of these colors. They are presently black. We change them to the purple color, just like the way it is right there. So that is how to create that particular section, that footer section. You can reduce the size if you don't, if you feel that the size is looking too big, you can reduce it. Do you understand? So we can reduce them to, let's say, 23 and 23, right? So we can reduce them, but you can see that some of which are looking distorted already. And that's why I said that there are roots to this, but I'm not going to be covering that in today's section. So that is how to create all of that, right? I believe we've been able to clear off everything that is here. We've been able to build all of these things. So one thing about UI UX design is that you want to learn yourself. Let me turn on my video. I promised to share my video in the last class, right? So can you all see my face? So it is when it comes to UI UX design, one of the things you want to do for yourself is for you to practice, right? Nobody's an island of knowledge, but when you practice, right, you're going to know more about this skill. You're going to grow better. Do you get? But if you are someone that you like to pick up a skills and just leave it, right, it's my, please, you haven't checked out my design. Okay, so I'm going to do that. So if you are someone that you don't like to, maybe you don't stay long in a particular task before you move on to another one. You're someone that doesn't like to learn or repeating stuff, like maybe your UX design is not for you. But if you are someone that really loves to iterate, because at the beginning of this particular career, you're going to be having back and forth with your UI, right? Which is normal. Everybody face that. I've also faced that in my own career as well, where I have to like repeat interface. Sometimes I struggle to design a particular design for days, right? But one thing is that the more you practice, the better you become. Do you understand? So that is the essence of design. So you want to practice more. So I'm going to be checking Jagede's work now. So let's quickly evaluate our work to see what she has done. Um, come over to this place. Okay, so the only issue I'm having right now is that this person did not use the color that we asked for. Let me copy this to a design I can edit, Control V, so that we can evaluate it together. So this person understand the grid system we talked about. You didn't give the right words to this. This text here is looking too big, right? So you want to give it to maybe 40, right? Also, if you notice that a lot of websites don't have plenty words because users don't even read plenty words again, so few words are needed. But I believe if this person had seen the project itself, should have come the design would have come out very well. So you want to reduce the size. You understand that? So another thing is that black, don't use direct black. Instead, use something that is not black, like thick black. You can just go up a bit. Then this particular one here, you want it to have this. So there are principles to this, but this masterclass cannot cover all of those things. Your title text and your body text doesn't take the same sharp color, right? You want to make sure that this one is like obvious to the eye, is having the dark color, while this one is having light color, right? Because you're not you don't want them to have the same hierarchy. When a user land on this page, the first thing you want them to see is the content you are having here. You want them to really see it, right? This is also important, but this has a higher hierarchy than this one here. Do you understand? So when building product, we don't give all of them the same color. We use color to emphasize and de-emphasize. These are principles that you still need to know, right? But based on this particular masterclass, we cannot cover all of those things. I also feel that this is having too much intrusion, so you want to like adjust it a bit. You want to adjust this a bit, Control Z. You want to adjust Control Z. You want to adjust this a bit, right? Also, there's something called positioning, proportion when it comes to design, right? The proportion here, this design is supposed to start somewhere here, right? And not at the last edge there. I want to select everything. Black color cannot work on this particular color, like it's looking somehow, so that's supposed to be white. But I guess if you had access to the project file, I believe you would have done even better than this, right? But this is a great try, well done. If you keep up with this, you are going to find yourself, you know, being an amazing designer. And that's just the key: consistency, practice, trying your best to come up with the best. That's just it. Every one of us, we are just trying our best. So when you continue practicing, you're going to get better at it. So if you have question, I think I'm done for today. If you have question, you can ask your questions. Industry related question, that is UI UX design related questions. So I think that's all. I'm ready to receive question. um Crado, so I don't know how this section is going to go right now.
Hi, Fiwa. Good afternoon. We're going to be projecting the questions from the ones we collected, and then you can answer as many as you can. So please hang on. Stefan, if you are listening, can you project the questions?
All right, that's fine.
And we are also open to taking questions from those that are in-house right now. So feel free to drop your questions in the chat, or you can just raise your hand and be given the chance to speak. But then the questions are already projected. So
All right.
yeah.
So should I just read and answer it?
Yes, please read and answer.
Okay, so
Yeah.
this person said that any advice for someone who had a plan to switch career to UI UX design. So like I mentioned, over the time I've related with a lot of people, and a lot of people might want to transition into tech, but they really don't know what that particular career path really is, right? So a lot of people at the initial state of making this decision, they just want to switch career. Some of them are coming from maybe a particular job that they're working on and they are not really enjoying the work, and they feel that okay, since tech is now the new oil, let us try let me try this out, right? So a lot of people are coming to this field not necessarily understanding what this particular career is about. Do you understand? So why some set of people are coming to this field? Because they had their sisters or they had their uncle or they saw somewhere online that, oh, UI UX design, you make a lot of money, right? And all of those things, which is true, right? UI UX design is a lot of money here in Nigeria and even outside Nigeria. For that design that we created now, like depending on you, some websites are you can get a website, a full website for 600,000 naira in Nigeria, 500,000 naira in Nigeria. Some people even collect 1 million, some people collect 3 million, some people collect 4 million, depending on your experience and your expertise, right? So some people are coming to this field from the point of, oh, I'm bored with my present career. I want to switch career. Some people are coming because, oh, this is money, 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 gain things. Do you understand? So for anyone who wants to switch career, I know that there is something that is pushing you to this, and it can be anything apart from those two things that I have mentioned, right? But first of all, try to understand that UI UX design is also is related to most skills out there, is related to most job out there where you have to learn it to know it and be good at it, right? So because it is tech related, or it is something that everybody is out there saying tech skills is the best and all of those things, UI UX design is also good, but at the same time you need to put in the hard work, right? So when a lot of people start their first month training, or they have spent like about 2 weeks in UI UX design, you can see from them that they did not have the correct information when they started design, right? They just thought that, oh, design is very easy, I can just find my way around this particular thing and I'm done, right? But the truth is that it's not like that. So if you are switching career into UI UX design, understand that you're going to put in the work, right? So as much as it is a lot of beautiful things are inside of which I'm beneficial of, right? You want to ensure that you are prepared to put in the work. Do you understand? So that is my advice for someone who wants to switch career. So how do I start out as an entry level UI UX designer? So one thing you want to do is for you to um like go and research about what UI UX design is. There are so many articles out there explaining the skills. Once you understand what that is from a basic perspective, the next thing you want to do is you want to take a course, right? So there are some online courses out there. There are courses on YouTube that you can just pick up and you have started working on it, right? Why that is good? Another set of people, or most people, cannot learn just by YouTube, or you cannot learn the entirety of a career. You cannot learn everything on YouTube. Do you understand? And that is why mentorship is important. That is why sometimes school of designs are important for you to actually learn in details what this particular career path is. So you want to take a course, you want to learn it the right way. A lot of people that I've noticed, they think design is gamble. So they'll spend 2 weeks and they're expecting to be paid high, right? No, design is not like that. In fact, I just trained us in these 3 days is very like the interface is like 40% of design. 60% is actually UX design, which has a lot to do with thinking because we build products for our users. Do you understand? So it is important for you to know that if you want to build your career in UI UX design, you are dedicated to learning, you are dedicated to growing, you want to find a school of design, or you also want to get a mentor to guide you in this career path. So that is how to build your career in UI UX design. Another person, is this another question? Okay, how to make a good portfolio, right? Okay, so portfolio, there are so many people, there's so many UI UX designers out there. In fact, there are so many people out there that claims to be UI UX designers, but a lot of them cannot get a job. Why? Because we have a lot of people in this field, but we have few correct talent, right? A lot of people out there, they don't have relevant portfolio. When a recruiter is looking at a portfolio, the person is like looking through how you solve problems, right? So you are going to see people with just, some people have just interface on their portfolio. There is no explanation on how they were able to achieve that. So your portfolio must consist of at least one full project, and you can see a lot of that on maybe medium case study on ants. Do you understand? Where you are going to see you are going to see relevant portfolio. So your portfolio must be detailed. Now let me share with us what a portfolio should look like. Another thing is that you don't want to have just one design, one full project on your portfolio. Let's go to Behance so that you can see some of the things that I'm saying here. So we want to go through let's look for a food application um project that someone has worked on. So let's use this as an example. My design is not loading well. I think network. Okay, this has loaded. So now let's use this as an example. So this is a project, right? For grocery, right? And looking through this design, this is the type of um, portfolio, or this is the type of project, or how your recruiter wants your project to look like. You can see that this is very, very detailed, right? So we have the first thing describing the application itself. You can see more description about the project, the timeline, and how the person
Meanwhile,
went ahead to work this project.
can you share your
Yes.
screen? Your screen is not shared.
Oh, really?
Yes.
All right. Can you see my screen now?
Yes.
All right. So this is a food application, right? Grocery, and you can see that there's a description of this application, right? You can see description, more description about the project, the scope of the work and the timeline, how the person was able to achieve from the start stage to the finish stage, right? The person did research, the person did UX design, UI interaction, and prototype, right? So you can see the timeline of the project, right? You can see the project goal, what they are trying to achieve with the application, the challenges this person faced while building this product, the research, right? The metrics, right? So a lot of people ignore this aspect, right? And that is why a school of design is very, very important. I don't think there's information on YouTube on how to create a full design, how to create a full case study like this. I don't know. I've not seen one. Do you understand? But if it's there, that's a very good one for you to go and look at for. Now you can see description, the figures of their research and their insight from their user research, and this continues this way. The delivery of the project, then their takeaway from the research that they've made, the user stories, the user flow. Then even before we now start describing each of the screen of the project, can you see that? So when a recruiter sees this, the person is kind of clear that yeah, this guy know what he's doing, or this lady know what she's doing. Do you understand? So as a designer, it's more about, sorry guys, it's more about the interface than it's more about your description, the detailed in your project, than any other thing when it comes to your portfolio. So like what you just saw now, you want to have more of it, right? You want to have more of case studies in your portfolio. And another thing that recruiter complains about, because in my school of design, what we do is for us to invite recruiters, right? We invite HRs to come and educate our students so that our students will understand the expectation of these guys. So a lot of people come up um, with the same, for example, all of your projects on your portfolio, they're all talking about grocery, right? So recruiters don't want that. They want to see the dynamic of your problem solving skills, right? So if you work on a food application, if there's a food application on your design, I want to see logistic, I want to see education, I want to see health. Do you understand? So you want to pull out a project from different sector, about 3 to 4 or 2, right? Depending on how much you want to, like, maybe impress your recruiter. You understand? You want to really work. Like, let someone look at your portfolio and see that, okay, this guy have done his or her homework. So that is how to do that. So another person said, what can I do to improve my UI skills? Now, UI is the beginning of UI UX design. You want to understand the principle of design, right? So we have the hierarchy, that is, everything on your design shouldn't look the same, right? So everything on our design doesn't usually look the same. Like what you are seeing on your, okay, don't let me use that as an example. When it comes to beautiful designs on let me share something with you guys. Let's go on Dribble. That's where, most you are going to see great designs there. So let's use a mobile application. Let's use a particular design to for me to make description, right? So that you can get what I'm saying. Hey Sap, let's just search. Let's do landing page. So landing page. I'm looking for something that is really clear to the eyes. Now let's look at this together. This particular brand now, they say tell a story brand, tell a better brand story, right? So warrant, present, growth limited, stuff, inquiry, supported, clinical. All right, good. All right, so if you look at this design now, when you land on this page, you can read this, like this is one thing that's taking your attention, or that when somebody land on this page, the person can obviously see this, right? You can see that this particular text is bigger than this particular text because we want this to be seen by our user, right? So tell a better brand story. That means that if somebody is coming to this landing page, one of their expectation is that they want to tell a better story of their brand or of their business, right? So when somebody land on my page, I want to like speak that to that person. I want that person to know that yes, this is the right place for you to actually tell a better story, right? The next thing here is important, but it's not as big as this. Why? Because if somebody is rushing into how do I okay, let me explain this way. When somebody land on this page now, the first thing that will catch their attention is these 2 buttons that are here, right? This call to action. But nobody wants to take action without understanding why they should take their action, right? That's why immediately the person's eye will just come over to this place. Like in few seconds, the person's eyes will come over to this place. The person will say, okay, tell it yes. The person then yes. Then the person then come over to this way and say, okay, maybe these are the things I'll be able to achieve. Or the person just study all of these things that are here. Now, moving forward, I'm trying to validate the person that is like I want to tell the person that look at the brand that we have worked on, right? Then moving forward, you can see that this particular title text is still taking the same style with the title text that is here, right? So can you see the consistency in that right now? But it's not as big as this. If this one is 50, this one is like 25 or 30 or 35, right, in size. Yeah, this is not as big because if this look big, it might even look weird, or the styling might not really look very, very great. Look at the sizes that we use for this. You can see that the title text is thicker than the body text. Can you see that? So it's intentional. So when you are building your product in terms of UI UX design, sorry guys, in terms of UI UX design, you want to really, really pay attention to your hierarchy, to your alignment. And that's why I taught us grid system. Can you see the alignment in this particular design? Your positioning is very, very important. White space. Everything in this design is not looking congested, right? There are space, like you can see that there is enough space and breathing space for each of the elements that are here. The color selection is also very, very important when it comes to UI. You want to pay attention to your colors. And how do you, because that's where the issue is for most people. Sorry about that. So let me go back to the program sharing. So that's where color is one of the issue for basic people, right? Basic designer. So what you want to do is you want to studying color is very, very important for your skill. And one of the hack is for you to come on Jabo, check other people's design, look at the colors they've used. Look at this project now. Let's say that you want to build a product and you're going to be using blue. Looking at this project is a very good point for you to study. This is blue and this is like light blue here. Can you see? And this is black. That means that blue, white, black, light blue, they work together, right? So that means that that color work together. You can use that for your own project. Let's use this as an example. Looking at this project, you can see that color, color green, color white, can you see that? And color yellow, they work together. You can use that for your project. You can use that color because they work together. You can use it for your project. Do you get? Another thing you can do is that when building an interface, let's say that you want to design our service. Or okay, let's say that you want to design about us, the section about us. One app you can do is for you to go to about us, new high dribble. I'm making my 6. All right. So about us UI dribble, you can just type that out, and you are going to see different companies how they design their about us section. Do you understand? So look at this guy. This is how they describe their about us section. They gave explanation, they gave brief description, then picture of their company. Do you understand? That's the way they describe their about us section. Look at these guys here. They make description of their company, gave content here, gave their figures for validation, and make some design here. This is a style. This is an about us style, right? Look at this guy. They gave us description here, the picture of that. This is an about us section of that project. So let's say that you want to design the testimonial aspect of your project, testimonial. You can come over to this place. Look at these guys. This is how they design their testimonial section. Look at this guy. This is how they describe their testimonial. Look at this ones. This is how they did their own testimonial. So you can always get inspiration from other people. Look at what other people have done. Look at the testimonial section of this guy. Look at it. So don't always in your portfolio, don't let it be that all your testimonial acts, all your own testimonial, the design for your testimonial, all of them are having this style. Why? Are you not a creative designer? Like, you're supposed to come up with like better stuff, creative stuff. I should be able to look at your design and say, wow, this person is thinking. Do you understand? So this is, can you see another testimonial section? And that is how it is when you want to build your when you want to learn how to do UI, so to say. So I don't know if that answered the question. Is there any other question? Is there any other question? All right, so Alfred, let's have you.
So I wanted to. I used to hear some people say design is for some particular people, that you need to have a design eye before you can be a UI UX design. So I wanted to find out how true is that and how can one develop.
All right. So design is not for specific people, it's not for specific tribe at all, right? It's not for the black, it's not for the white alone, all of those things. No. Anybody can learn UI UX design. That is just the truth. Anybody can learn it. The only thing is that people are looking for quick ways to get things done. And it's a good thing. But the truth is that if you want to scale in something, you have to put your time to it. Do you understand? If you want to know how to design very well, you want to put your time to it. So if you are a 9 to 5 person and you want to take this as a side also, right? What do you want to do? You want to dedicate your time. I always tell my students, if you are thinking that you spending your midnight to create design or to build design or to solve the problem I've given to you, if you think it's difficult, then you're not into this thing, because you have to put your time to it. You have to open up your mind to learn. It's not hard, just that people are looking for quick way to get things done. Just the way you did not just become a computer scientist or a doctor overnight, or maybe because you wish for it or because you have read about it. You go through certain stages of life: first semester, second semester, 100 level, 200 level, 300 level, right? That's how we do that in Nigeria. So you went through stages to learn this thing. So, and that is how it is for UI UX design. So do you get? So it's not like it is for specific set of people. It's just that it's for people that are ready to dedicate their time into learning. Do you understand? Into learning, into failing, and also succeeding. Do you get? Because in this particular career path, there is failure and there is success as well. And when I say failure, at the initial stage of your project, the project Alfred did today is not the best of the designs he's going to be creating in his life if he's going to continue building this, right? This might even be the least, right? Because he's still going to build up some product, and that's how it is for UI UX design. So it's not for specific number of people. If you are ready to learn, ready to grow, I have a particular woman who is in her 30, in her late 30. She's a banker and she came to our design school. I trained her, and right now she's doing well in the industry. Do you understand? So in fact, for my premium classes, all of our students, they are working class people. And a lot of them now, they are getting side jobs, they're getting freelancing. Our students are getting jobs. Do you get? The reason is not because they just wish for it. You understand? The reason is because they have put their time working on relevant projects and they have someone who is guiding them. Do you get? So that is that about that. So the question that is on this table said that what are the expectations from a UI UX designer at his or our workplace? So this is a question of what do we do as designers, right? What is our work like? Just like you can see my background now. In fact, over here, I don't know if you can see that over there, you're going to see my board there, right? Then my flower is over that place. That's the place I usually use maybe when I want to shoot video, but I cannot be changing the setting because I want to have a meeting. So I just use this background for you people. So what I'm trying to say here is that as designers, we are thinkers, we are problem solvers, right? We solve problem a lot. And that's the aspect that people don't put their mind into, right? So we are in our workplace to solve problems. Do you understand? So our employers are coming up with problems that they've observed from their business, from their users, and they're asking you that, guy, come and work on this thing. Let me give you an example of what I mean so that this thing can be clear to us and we can learn UI UX design in the right way. Because some of the things I have noticed is that people are not learning it in the right way at all. So let's come to Doc. I want to show you some of my student work, like some problems, so that you see what a problem is and what you are expected. So this is one of my students' work. Like this is a customer brief. We call this customer brief. If you're not working with a direct customer, your company is going to give you a brief like this where you have to read, then you build product from it. So this is vaccine application, and vaccine app medication database application is a virtual centralized medication and vaccination record platform. It also has vaccination tracker and reminder with this and this and this and this and this and this. Can you see all of those things that are mentioned there? Can you see that? So these are the features, all of the problems. Then at the end of the day, the question says that design a responsive website for vaccine app. Now come and see the solution to that problem. So this is like one of my students' solution so that you can see what that means. So now that problem, we work as if we are in a real company here. So there are so many things that this person has done in the background before you even get to sketches at all. We usually do real research with real customers, right? So now look at this. Now the person come up with a sketch of how that solution should be. This is the low fidelity of that particular problem. Then this is the mobile screen. Yeah, we're actually building for vaccine app. Then can you see the solution, right? So this is like a brief thing of what your customer or what your office or your company they're expecting from you. They come up with problem, right? Digital problems. Then you come up with solution for it. So I hope that answered that person's question. I can't see your screen again, Kraado. Can you please reshare your screen or something? Okay, so what are the challenges in building experience as a UX, UI designers and how to navigate them? Okay, so building experience is having the opportunity to work, right? And there are no job like people say, but the truth is that there are jobs. It's just that we don't have correct talent in this industry. There are jobs, but there are no correct talent. People that are ready to learn. They are not some people they are ready to learn, but they're not ready to invest in themselves. You want to make money, you want to make millions, and you're not ready to invest. Like invest of make putting money to your learning process. Invest of only generator in Nigeria. Invest of reading, invest of asking questions, invest of going to go and reach out, invest of practicing, like going to what's the Kraado bootcamps, like you understand, like investing in yourself. Please pop up that question again so I don't lose direction of the question. So a lot of people, please, can I have that? Can I have that, please? Can I have the question again? Can somebody remind me of the question I'm
Okay.
answering?
Hold on.
How do you do the
So the
experience?
person was yeah, the person was asking what are the challenges in UX UI and how do you navigate them? I'll pop it up again for you.
I think it was experience. How do you what's the
How
challenge with
is
gaining
yes,
experience? Yeah,
yes, yes.
so you know, when it comes to experience, if I want to have experience in something, that means I would have spent it sometimes learning that thing for me to be able to say, oh, I have experience in this, right? So some people are not given, maybe they don't have a job yet, so they claim that I don't have experience. But the truth is that it's not only on job that you can gain experience. You can also gain experience by giving yourself problem to solve, right? If you look at a particular website, there was a time when I was young, I was a crazy learner. Like, if you are looking for a crazy learner, it is me, number one. As at then, I would go to security post in my school. Then I would sleep there at night because I want to learn UI UX design. Because at that time, it was graphic design that was reigning. A lot of people don't even want. A lot of designers don't have time to train. That's just thing about these guys. Like UI UX designers are very busy. They don't have time. So even those guys that were UI UX designer then, they don't have time to even train us that were just that. So I have to learn it by myself. So when it comes to gaining experience, I think I'm mixing things up. I wish that question is popped up so that I look at the question and I'm not losing direction. Kado, can you please leave it on the screen? So one thing you want to do is that if you do not get a job like immediately, you want to give yourself problems. I want this is the scenario I want to give to you. When I was still like trying to get job or trying to have relevant project on my portfolio, I would go on social on online. I'm going to type. I know that those firm like law firm, government hospitals, I know that they don't have good websites. I know that they don't have good applications, right? So what do? I will go there, I will search for those things. I'll make maybe their heroes page, their second section. After designing, I'll share with them. I'll tell them, I designed this thing. Oh, I noticed that your design have these issues, and this is how I solved it, and stuff like. Oh, they say, wow, this is great. Though we'll tell our administration. Some of them they reach out to me. Some of them they will not reach out to me, right? But the truth is that I received response, and I was actually working on a real life project without anybody giving me. So my first, not really my first job, right? But during that process, I got job from that, and I'm still retaining some of those clients, and they didn't invite me. Do you understand? But I went to go and search for them. And that's one thing that most people don't want to do. Most people or junior designers that are coming up, they just want to make money. Oh. That's the ambition, which is great. Like I also love money so much, like really, really much. But the truth is that you want to work to get money. You understand? You want to show your value. You want to give out value to receive. You cannot just blab and say, I want to get money, and that's it. Nobody's going to do that to you. You understand? So even the first company that replied to me that I got a job from was not even a Nigerian company, because Nigeria is always about, I want to share it with my boss will share it with my boss. Do you understand? But in this particular abroad, maybe it's even the CEO that just saw it, and or the secretary. Like, the process is very fine. If they are not going to work with you, they will tell you. If they are going to work with you, they will tell you. But Nigeria, in 3 months, they might not answer you. Do you understand? So we are very, very good people in Africans. So that is how to build the experience. Go out there, pick up job, pick up problem, and solve it. You are going to gain experience from that. Is there any other question, please?
Yeah, there is. I'm trying to project. So in the meantime, can someone ask if anyone has any question from in-house, please they should go ahead and ask. I'm trying to project the my screen.
Okay. I do have one question to ask.
Okay.
Concerning the earlier session, you made mention that you will take us through how to create that uh, gradient background. So,
Oh, yeah. So let's do that now. It's quite simple. So you want to come up with a rectangle on top of this design. You come over to fill. You change solid to Lilian, right? This first color, you change it, give it this color here, since this is the color we are using. Then this one here, you give it color white. So at the end of the day, you right click and send to back. Can you see that? So that's how to create that gradient. Now let me do that again so that you can see what I'm doing. You draw a rectangle, you come to your fill, you change solid to linear. Then this first color here, right? The first color here, you give it this color that is here, right? White, the second one here is white. So once you are done with that, you can see that this rectangle is covering that design. You right click and you send to back. So that is how to create that. Now for the last time, because I'm not going to repeat this. So after this, you draw a rectangle, you come to fill, change solid to linear, right? This first one here, you change it to whatever color it is. This time around, this is the color we are using. You change it to this color. Why this second color? I change it to white, right? So after that, you can see that this rectangle is blocking the design, right? So I right click to actually send to back. So that's how to design that. So any other question?
Yeah, so
Any other
we
question?
don't have any more questions. The questions have all been projected. Like
All right.
we sorted out the best questions relevant to the class, and those were the ones that were asked.
All right. All right. Thank you so much. Is that all for
Please, I
today?
have a question.
All
Before
right.
you go.
Let's have it.
Yeah, you mentioned something about the UI UX scholarship yesterday also. Please, can you shed more light regarding how to apply or go about it?
All right. So I'm a fan of seeing potential and investing in potential, right? So Alfred is someone that at the beginning of from the beginning of the training, he has like shows a lot of excitement, and also I can sense in him that he wants to learn and he want to grow. So I'm going to be giving the founder of Perxels Design School. So I'm going to be giving Alfred for November cohorts, not the full scholarship. I also don't give people full scholarship, right? I can give you full scholarship maybe in the future. Don't let me say that. But I don't really buy the idea of full scholarship for someone. Let someone also like be part of your growth, even if I want to be part of your growth. Do you understand? Be part of your growth. So I'm going to be giving him let's say 50% scholarship, right? So that is what is, and it's only afraid that I'm giving that to you get. So thank you very much for that. If he wants to claim it, and if he doesn't want to claim that, that's also fine. All he just needs to do, right, is for him to go to pepsales.com here. Just go to pepsales.com, right? So just go to pexels.com and click on the enroll now, right? Pick any of the courses. We have different courses here. Pick the one you want. So then once you click this place, it's going to bring you to my decks, and I'm going to have meeting with you. Do you understand that, Alfred? So that's how to do that. So just go to the enroll button, pick the one you want, then we'll talk. But if you don't want to claim that offer, that's also beautiful. So is that all, guys? Thank you so much
Why is
for
it not Alfred? Oh, all right.
yeah,
Thank you.
yeah, thank you guys.
Wow,
Any
this is
question?
great. Thank you so much, Fiwa. Thank you for all the people who stayed from Monday till today. I hope you really made some impact in your direction about transitioning into UI UX, or you're already in, and Fiwa will be like a great resource for you for a mentor, because I know Fiwa does lots of mentoring. So yes, you can reach out to her or sign up for her school and make the most out of it, because the time is now. And that the focus of the world of tech is on Africa, and we don't want to lose her. We don't want others to take our jobs, right? So please, let's capitalize on opportunities that we are given. I will give the podium for Fiwa to give her final words so that we wrap up for today. Thank you, Stefan, and thank you, everyone.
All right, thank you so much, Cardo. I had a great time with everybody that is here. Thank you so much for listening to me. Thank you so much for having me. For my Ghanaian brethren, see ya, see ya, see ya. Not like that, though. Let me like. So thanks so much, Ale, for having me. It's a great one. I've seen Nigerians community share the flyers and all of those things. So it's much love. I really appreciate this opportunity to share and to grow with everybody. Peace out. Thank you.
Okay, Stefan, do you have any announcement? No, Stefan is gone. Anyways, I will go ahead with the announcement. We have another session scheduled for next month, and it's going to be about job search. You know how I'm always hard on the community about not sharing the best of their resumes. I'm going to have someone who is specialized in helping people find great opportunities in tech. So in 2 weeks, we'll be announcing that, and then you'll be able to learn how to craft the best of your resume so that you can get into the door for an interview, whether in business or in tech. So stay tuned, and we'll also make other announcement about internship opportunities and early career roles in agribusiness and also in business related areas. Thank you for your time and have a great week.